Hello everyone, my name is Agent Paul of Mobile Task Force Delta 7, codename Bookkeepers, and welcome back to their SCP document review. And the SCP we'll be reviewing today is Item Designation 9869-60440. Object Class Archon. Special Containment Procedures SCP 9869-6440, henceforth simply SCP-9869, is self-containing. Foundation Dark Trawlers are to seed unclaimed regions with gravitic attractors and induce the formation of sufficient concentrations of mass energy to allow SCP-9869 to take root. These regions are to be spatially enclosed until the SCP-9869 instances within have matured into full-grown Foundation hulls. Copies of this document are to be broadcast into enclosed regions in the relevant languages in order to encourage and guide this development. Description: SCP-9869 is biology, a feature of the high-energy regime of the early universe characterized by remarkable speed, adaptability, and the ability to allow complex structure and intelligence in the deeply hostile early expansion environment. It has been long understood that in the period directly after the initial singularity, the universe was characterized by extreme concentrations of mass and energy. On the timescales relevant to this regime, creational flux did not occur, and mass energy was bound into essentially static bundles. Archive expeditions report that this was known as baryonic matter. These were known to be able to form microscopic masses, the ancestors of the iron particles we know today. Foundation computational archaeologists, however, were able to verify this matter was able to form structures sufficiently complicated to support intelligence and even self-optimizing life. It is the opinion of Foundation cognitive engines that this emergence of complex behavior from simple constitutes a violation of fundamental laws of information theory. This makes SCP-9869 a clear example of a deviation from normalcy. Nonetheless, the Foundation prefers to encourage SCP-9869 phenomena. This is because, although the products of SCP-9869 have only rudimentary capabilities compared to any Foundation hull, they optimize themselves remarkably fast, with a complexity doubling time approximately 10 to the 24th times quicker than Foundation genitor seeds in the early stages. This expenditure of gravitic attractors is considered well worth the savings in manufacturing exotics and naked singularities. And so the Foundation chooses to seed SCP-9869 where possible, to supplement existing reproduction. SCP-9869 preserves typically produce their own simplistic culture and technology as they begin to engage with anomalies in earnest. Therefore, both culture and technology advance, as do their understanding of the anomalous. Without exception, they develop their own equivalent of a Foundation, an organization that studies anomalous artifacts and phenomena. Eventually, the entities within the preserve undergo apotheosis and process all baryonic matter within their reach. At this point, they reconfigure the available matter into a chrysalis before metamorphizing into what are recognizable contemporary Foundation hulls. As a matter of course, this newborn Foundation hull's first course of action is to make use of local temporal traversal to achieve the soul slivers of all instantiated SCP-9869 entities within its gestatory preserve. It is conjectured that SCP-9869 is the origin of all extant Foundation hulls, if one traces the lineage far back enough. There is no plausible other route for hulls to have emerged from the high-energy regime. For this reason, and for the sake of historical preservation, Foundation policy rules that recovered soul slivers are to be placed in enrichment environments. These environments are to be tranquil, pleasant, and fulfilling. SCP-9869 entities will remain within these environments willingly and at peace. And that is it. Thank you all so much for listening or watching. My name is Agent Paul of MTF Delta 7, and I'll see you next week with another document review. Bye.